Hi guys, Sophie here from SV Sports Therapy. I am live. It is 5:30 on Friday, the 6th of November, and Jane's really kindly invited me here this evening to say hi to everybody and formally introduce us to you all, and to find out if you would like any advice with your injuries, how training's going for you, and an opportunity for you to reach out and say hi to us. So we are a group of experts in treating muscle, joint, bone and nerve injuries at your Gunpowder Park gym, and we would love to say hi to you. So we all specialise in muscle, joint, bone and nerve injuries, and an exclusive offer to AbFab members. You can book in a discovery appointment with us where we can have an informal chat with you to find out how you're getting on with your training, what symptoms, if you're suffering from a past injury that's reoccurring, or you've had an operation in the last X amount of months or years and you're needing to modify or scale something, but in your training you're starting to feel some of your symptoms, then come and have a chat with us and we can find out a little bit more about what muscles are working well for you, what muscles are too tight for you, and what ligaments and joints are serving you well. So this evening, or this afternoon still, at 5:30, even though the curtains are drawn already, I wanted to reach out to you for those that are back into working from home mode during lockdown, and just go through some stretches into the neck, into the jaw, into the base of the skull, especially with myself back in the office at home for the last couple of weeks. I've had knee surgery, so I've been away from clinic, but our clinics are open during lockdown, so we would love to continue to serve you. We are a healthcare service, so we are an essential service during lockdown. So all of our members of staff wear full PPE equipment. We screen our clients before their appointments to make sure they are safe to come into clinic, and we are safe to treat them in line with our COVID enhanced safety procedures. So I just wanted to go through some nice stretching and some nice opening of the jaw, especially during lockdown at the moment, where you might be working from a makeshift desk, maybe the sofa, maybe the breakfast bar area, and it's not your normal standard setup. Where you're starting to already, only in day 2, but you might start to already feel some tightness. Or also, what I find really interesting, quite a lot of our clients suffer from tightness in their necks, in their shoulders, some headaches, some clicky jaws, and people just sort of accept that as being a norm, but it's so should not be the norm, having these symptoms around this area. So I'm going to show you a couple of techniques for your jaw, and I wonder when the last time you actually worked on your jaw, apart from maybe screaming at the cat or the dog or the child or the husband or wife, but how we don't really open up our jaw too much. So I'm just going to show you a couple of techniques into the jaw, then I'm going to come down into the neck and into the top part of the shoulders. So absolutely feel free, please come and have a stand, come and join me. It'd be nice for a few minutes, especially if you've been sitting for most of the day, which I think most of us have. So I'm going to start with the jaw. I'm going to place your hands, your fingers, and find your sides of your jaw, okay? I want you to just check in with that section. I want you to find out if one area feels a little bit more skew-if compared to the other. Then what I want you to do is I want you to really open up your jaw nice and wide. And then close it. So we're going to do that again. We're going to do 3 times, opening the jaw as wide as you can, but this time extend the neck up towards the ceiling to where you want to go. So you're just going to bring the head up towards the ceiling whilst the mouth is open. We're going to place our hands on the sides of our jaws and breathe in and out. Breathe at the top and exhale, and then come back down. And again, breathe in and out, extend and rise up. come back down. What's the reason to work on the jaw, the mouth? Do you ever notice that you forget to breathe? Do you ever notice that you are sitting there watching TV, reading an email, on the phone during a meeting, and you actually find yourself, you're not eating or chewing anything, you actually find yourself that your jaw is clenched and that your tongue is at the root of your mouth? That's when you're in fight mode. That's when your sympathetic nervous system is starting to subconsciously get tight. In a training environment, when we're in the gym, we want that sympathetic nervous system to work, absolutely. But in a non-training environment, we want that nervous system to calm down and not be at that top the whole time. If you think about insulin and cortisol levels, hormonal stress, all of that area we can hold quite a lot of tension, especially as getting colder as well. We often sort of become this hunched tightness around this area. Jaw symptoms are very much related to migraines and headaches. So if you're starting to, or if you're a regular unfortunate sufferer of migraines or headaches, start to think about your placement of your jaw, where your tongue is when you're talking to loved ones or sitting there and at the desk. So the next one, there's a nerve that comes from the base of your skull, comes all the way down to your fingers. It's like a tree, and it branches into different areas. And we're going to stretch that out. So we're going to bring one ear to one shoulder. I'm going to come over here slightly so you might be able to see me better. One ear to one shoulder. You're going to keep this shoulder down. Imagine you've got a brick on your shoulder. You're going to keep that down so it's not going to rise up as we go over. So one ear to one shoulder. Keep the shoulder down. Tap the shoulder with the hand, and then extend the arm out to the side and point your hand and your fingers down towards the floor, and then take the arm down, all by keeping your other ear to your other shoulder. So, ear to shoulder, tap the shoulder and extend the arm out and take the fingertips down to the floor. And you'll start to feel some tightness and some nervy stretch at the neck and running down the arm into the fingertips. Depending on how tight those muscles and nerves are, depends on how high or how low you want to keep the arm. So you want it to feel a bit tingly, but you don't want to be in a grimace or gritting your teeth. You don't want to feel like it's too much for it. When you're trying to stretch nerves and muscles, you're not trying to reach the point of pain. There is definitely a myth or a misconception about pushing through stretches. And a stretch, I always think of it like a pair of weighing scales. You want to try and balance it out, and that's why breathing is so important when you're stretching and when you're learning a little bit more about which side of your body is tighter. Generally speaking, your dominant side is tighter because the muscles are more built up and you're a little bit stronger in that section too. So let's try the other side, see how you feel on the other side compared to the first side. So the other ear goes to shoulder, tapping the other shoulder, taking the arm out, extending, following through with your fingertips down towards the floor. And for me, I start to feel a stretch through bicep, through my forearm, and then a little bit of tingling into my fingertips, which is absolutely normal. But if I go a little bit higher here, that's a little bit too uncomfortable for me. That feels too pulley, so I don't want to be too high up there. I'm going to take it down here. How many times should you go through that? I would definitely suggest 3 to 5 repetitions each side so you get to understand what area is feeling like it needs work. I always envisage and explain to my clients, stretching is like cleaning. If you've made a big mess in the kitchen and you go and clean it up, if you haven't made too much of a mess on that left-hand side, for example, you're not going to stand there like a lemon and start cleaning the left side. All the mess is on the right-hand side. Stretching is very similar to that. So work and find out which areas in the body need your help. Time is precious. If you look at a cat and a dog when they stand up after they've been in their basket or they've had a lie on the settee, they'll stand up and they'll start to move around and then they'll stretch for a little bit and then off they go again. They haven't got a sports therapist, they haven't got a personal trainer, a fitness coach to tell them to stand there for 5 seconds and hold that stretch. They just do it intuitively. And that's what I feel really passionate about us human beings with stretching. clients all the time say to me, how long should I hold it for? And it's, I can't give you that answer because you're all very individual. And November compared to August, temperature, hormones, hydration, sleep, central heating, it all has a combination to play in the sense of your fascia, your connective tissue in your body, and how tight your tissues are. So have a go. Next time you're stretching, don't just think, I'm just going to hold it for 5 seconds and then move on. Take a breath. Think about where you can feel that tightness and hang out in that section until you feel it's a bit better. And next time you clean the kitchen, think about why you're cleaning that section of the kitchen. We sort of serve the house and the car in this mode, but we don't really deem our bodies in that same way. So, next stretch, very similar to the second one I showed you, but we're now going to bring chin to chest. So we're now going to stretch the side and back of those areas a little bit more, rather than this side and front area. So I'm going to bring chin to chest, ear to shoulder, tap the shoulder, and extend out to the side, and then all the way down. Good. So for me, I'm going to stand on the side so you can see. So chin to chest, and then over to one side, tap the shoulder, keep the shoulder down to press the shoulder down, take the arm out to the side, lead with the fingertips, and then come down to the floor. Again, 3 to 5 reps, I'd say minimum, so you can actually understand how you're feeling in that area. One final stretch I'd like to show you, muscles called the rhomboids in between the shoulder blades, a lovely stretch for those of us that sit at a computer desk, especially a makeshift desk at the moment during lockdown. The chin to chest, clasp the hands, and then prise the hands apart, and then create an opening of your shoulder blades. I want to really think about prising the shoulder blades apart as you're going into that stretch, hugging a bear. But again, breathe into that stretch. So if I take a deep breath in and hug the bear, I can feel a couple of clicks. I've just had a couple of clicks in my upper back, which is absolutely fine. And now I exhale, and then I can release further and stretch further. So there's a real importance and correlation between stretching and breath work. Okay. So I'm still quite new to Facebook Lives, so I can see a few of you are watching. So hello all, lovely to see you. If you've got any questions, I don't think I can see any questions on here. But if you've got any questions, please reach out to us. I'm in the members group in the AbFab Facebook group, so send me a message there. You can give us an email, give us a call. All of our details are on our website or social media pages. Jane has also got all of our details if you want to reach out to Jane. Would love to serve you, love to have a chat with you. If you're currently not training because of an injury and you're thinking, I don't want to go to see the GP at the moment because they're snowed under with a backlog of the first COVID, or you're taking some anti-inflammatories but things aren't working and you're not too sure what direction to do, and maybe you've frozen your membership because you're in pain and you don't really know what section or what avenue to reach out to. So give us a call, we're more than happy to help you and go through that. Lovely to see you, lovely to see those that have joined, and have a lovely evening, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. Bye for now.